Thank you, sir. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Maryland, Mr. Ivey, for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank you for appearing here today. I appreciate your opening comments. I look forward to the report you're going to come back with respect to PBMs. I think it's a very important issue. It's also a very complicated issue, so adding your insight, your agency's insight will be especially helpful. I didn't follow the medical device merger issue in detail, but I was pleased to see that you were open to enjoining a merger. Your opening comments, I think, reflect the fact that you're trying to call the balls and strikes, that you're not trying to be ideological about it. I appreciate that. Continuing the ongoing litigation with big tech, I thought was interesting as well. And I believe the FTC upheld the junk fees, I'll call it, determination, which I think is important. I think it's really one of those things that's tremendously helpful to people across the board. And I do want to join with my colleague from Washington State on the right to repair issue. I think that's one that is very important. You know, business to business conflicts, that's one thing, but you know, a lot of these scenarios, we have individuals. You talked about a farmer owning a tractor with respect to John Deere, and I know that's ongoing, but that's the kind of scenario I think we really need you to step up and make sure that people are protected so that they can just take care of basic things and run their business or take care of their appliances. McDonald's, I'm not a big McFlurry guy, but you know, if they get a break along the way, that's fine. Click to cancel is another one that I think could really be helpful to a lot of people across the board. I know every time I try and cancel something that frequently one of my kids signed up for, it takes forever to do it. You know, you can sign up in a minute, but getting out of it can take half of a lifetime. So I appreciate anything you can do on that front as well. I do want to say this, with respect to the non-compete issue, I think that, and you opened by talking about the importance of workers and how they're the backbone of the economy, and you want to take a pro-worker approach. The non-compete piece, in my experience when I was practicing, corporation to corporation, no poaching, that kind of stuff, I get it. But there's a lot of times where you have workers, individuals who really don't have negotiating capability with respect to larger corporations, and they want to try and move to do another job or you know, find other types of employment, might have some situation where, you know, beyond their control, and these clauses can really get in the way and hamstring them. And I think I took a look at your dissent on that issue, and I appreciate your views on it. I know a lot of that's procedural, and I don't mean to belittle that, but this is a very important restriction on what regular people can do from an employment standpoint. And I hope that you'll be able to find a way to address that with respect to people who don't have that kind of power. They can't hire the big lobbyists, as you mentioned. And I want to close with this, and I know this is ongoing litigation as well. The termination of Commissioners Slaughter and Bedoya, as you know, caught a lot of people's attention. That would include me. And I know it's still kind of in court, just getting underway. But one of the things that concerned me about that was it didn't appear that there were any grounds for the termination. Now, I note that you issued a statement with respect to it, I think on the day they were terminated. And in the statement you issued, you didn't reference the standard for termination: inefficiency, neglect of duty, or malfeasance in office. And you know, you supported the termination, but not on statutory grounds, not on legal grounds. And I think that's pretty significant, especially given your background. I took a look at your 40-page dissent. Supreme Court clerk. You mentioned being from a state school. You didn't mention it was UVA, which is a little more than a regular state school.
They'll appreciate you saying that.
Well, my brother will too. But you know, my larger point though is, you know, you didn't hit on the law in the statement that you gave. You're a defendant in the case, so I know you'll have a chance to explain your position at length. But I think it's important for us to make sure we understand that independent commissions are supposed to be independent. President certainly has the authority to make appointments, and as you pointed out, he just did. But there's supposed to be a partisan balance to these, and those terminations upset that balance from a statutory standpoint. So you're in the middle of the case. I want to commend you overall in general for a lot of the positions you've taken, and I look forward to working with you going forward.